Hey everyone, it's Nick from NixCrossing. Welcome to the train room for another video today. I just got home from work and saw this beautiful box on the front porch, so let's open this up. So here we go, all aboard. Alright guys, so I was out rail fanning last weekend with 2102 in particular. Had a great time, awesome video. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out under the rail fan playlist on the channel. Just let it play, it's a lot of fun. But in between waiting for trains, I went surfing on eBay. And my friend Jamie Macon said, hey, that's the engine, you should buy that one. And I was kind of hesitant. It was the same wheel arrangement, same class locomotive, but in a different rail name or road name that I would particularly run up here. But I do have some of that road names items up here, and I did grow up in the area where this engine would have ran. But I most likely would have put this, I'll just give it away, in a PRR road name. You wouldn't expect to see this one in this particular road name. But I saw this online, had to have it. Now, anyways, it is pouring like Noah's Ark should show up any second, and the box that this was in was completely soaked. So thank you to the seller that put this box in like an exoskeleton box to keep this one nice and dry. This one's nice and crispy still. Still has the fancy Postmaster tapage on there. All right, I got the handy dandy screwdriver. We don't use knives up here. There we go. Oh, that was easy. Alright, there is... Oh, it's bubble wrapped. Yes! Alright, so... How did they do this? Like... Alright, here's the tender. This one's the lighter one. Oh, I like it. I love it already. So check this out. Here's the tender. Oh, wow. Check this out. It's pretty. Baltimore and Ohio. And it even has a scoop underneath. Look at that little water scoop for her. Wow, it has the lanterns in the back. We'll get into all the details during the running portion of this video for sure. We put this on the track. Ooh, that glides like butter. Okay. Alright, I'm really excited to see the engine now. Okay, so you guys saw the tender. Here's the engine, so... Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, this is awesome. This is too cool. Alright, check this out. Little dusty. There you go. There she is. Look at that, guys. Whoa. Look at them wheels. Oh, it's so heavy, too. This is a Baltimore and Ohio Atlantic wheel arrangement, so a 442. This is my first ever TMCC scale steam engine. I do have some semi-scale stuff, but move that out of the way. But yes, first TMCC scale locomotive right here. She's hefty. Does the bell move? Yeah, look at that. Woohoo! So yeah, let's get this on the track. I'm going to program this thing really quick. Also possibly run it for the next couple hours, and we'll be back here with some movie magic. Alright guys, here she is, 1465 trackside with the B&O road name. And just by looking at this engine, this is not a B&O 442 locomotive. The reason why I say that, first giveaway is the Firebox. This is a PRR bell pair Firebox right here, which is very common on a lot of the PRR locomotives of the time. And also the dead giveaway, if you don't believe me about the Firebox, the classification plate on the smoke box, Juniata Shops, it's so tiny. There you go, Juniata Shops, E6S. Class locomotive. But yes, the B&O did have 442 Atlantics. They were a little bit different. They had a, kind of the smoothed out firebox shape, almost like a Pacific or a light Pacific style. But they did have them, and I believe 1465 was a true road number for the B&O Atlantic that they would run. But they also called theirs the A class. And I could not find any pictures on the 1465, but her sister 1466 and I believe 1464 I could find online. I can post those pictures right here. This locomotive is actually part of a commemorative series from Lionel's E6 Atlantic Lindbergh specials. So the series came out in the 2000 catalog. It was in Classic Toy Trains. And the Lindbergh story is actually really cool. This is right off of Lionel's catalog website. So the Lindbergh special was on June 11th, 1927. 2 films of the Charles Lindbergh flights were rushed from Washington to New York City. The movie house was located in New York City. Both train and airplane were to race to basically develop the film first. The Atlantic was chosen by the PRR, and it reached speeds up to 150 miles per hour. A 216-mile trip. It only took the Atlantic 175 minutes. The airplane shortly landed after, at the time classifying steam faster than air travel, which we know now is not entirely true, but it's still really cool to think at one time a steam engine was faster than an airplane. So this set was to commemorate that event. So there is a number 460, the Lindbergh Special. I have not seen one of those in a while. People hold on to those. But apparently Lionel came out with an ATSF or Santa Fe 442 with the same body style and everything. So anyways, this engine features a lot of cool stuff. So the entire body, pilot, and trailing truck are all die cast. This thing has some weight to it. It's pretty sweet. It's also TMCC controlled, which is why I bought it in the first place. It's my first TMCC scale steam engine. It has electric couplers. The front, someone put in the scale coupler, which is really, really cool. Die-cast frame. Like I said, everything on here is die-cast. Headlight, marker lights, and directional lighting. So directional lighting forward, your marker lights up here, and headlight turn on. In reverse, your marker lights back here, which you guys will see also turn on. It's really cool. Red Firebox Glow. Yes, Firebox Glow. It's back here. You guys will see that in the running portion. We have a smoke unit. It's a puffer or chuffer. I wish it had a fan smoker, but it's a little bit before its time. We also have Railsounds, and it says it uses traction tires. Traction tires on this locomotive are perfectly fine. Engine has a ton of weight. Now other things, features the Railsounds and has some Towercom back and forth, some radio chatter, which I'll play around with the TMCC remote and see what we can get. But this engine is just really cool. I ran this for several hours. It's just a fun runner. Sounds great, and it just looks fantastic. So anyways, let's pick out some details here. We have a bunch of grab irons. We have a B&O plate up here, which you guys will see in the running portion. Separately applied generator for all your lights and all that. Separately applied air pump. Lots of detail on top, and I love this. It has a swivel bell. It just swivels just by motion. It's not automated or mechanical. It just kind of swivels around. Separately applied whistle and steam blow-offs. Just a grab iron here. I love this number plate or classification plate. Tons of moving parts. Everything is just accurately detailed. We have the brakes on the trailing and pilot. It's just so cool. Alright guys, here's a side view of the locomotive. You can see all these moving parts in here. The giant drivers. This is my favorite part about this locomotive. These drivers are taller than me. So when I saw this locomotive at the PRR Museum in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you're standing there and the drivers are just huge. I mean, they just tower over you. They look fake. It's just crazy. But anyways, that's one of the coolest parts about this locomotive, in my opinion. Just the large drive wheels. And the B&O actually had a different size 442 driver set wheels. I forgot the dimensions, but they were in like the 70-inch range, which is just crazy. I love seeing all these brakes and everything in here. Like down here you have a separately applied like brake, all die cast. This isn't breaking off anytime. Brakes aren't breaking. These are die cast. Everything for your moving parts in here, everything's just metal. It's awesome. No plastic on this locomotive, except the bell. Up front, it's got the brakes on the pilot, and in back, trailing truck, all stamped metal. All of it isn't going anywhere. Just a really cool construction. Lots of riveting detail on here. You have your air pump separately applied. Looks fantastic. You have your generator. Just a number board up here on your steam dome. It looks fantastic. What can I say? We're on to the tender now. So one complaint is the tether. It's kind of crazy. The newer stuff is all the optic tenders and all that, tether lines, so you don't have the Anaconda tether, but it's not too bad, honestly. It kind of camouflages in. Everything's black, so it's fine. Another thing, too, all of these details in here are metal. These aren't going anywhere. Any of these plumbing pieces here for your water and all that, It ain't going anywhere. The tender, all die-cast. Love that. Die-cast wheels, die-cast trucks. We also have a water scoop down here, which is also die-cast. That is not breaking off. We have metal marker lights, metal ladder in the back, and also an electrocoupler for the rear. This thing works. It's fantastic. Alright guys, that leaves us one thing left to do, so let's fire her up. Let's get some track power here. There you go. And engine. Alright. So you hear a little bit of the generator whirl. I got the headlight, marker lights working. It's beautiful. Check that out. So any second now we're going to hear the injector sound. Hear like this rumble. It's like water entering the boiler. There you go. So let's start with the bell. Nice sounding bell. And it also rings out and dissipates. Now the whistle's interesting. The whistle actually picks up higher pitch as it's moving down the track. But as of right now, it's going to start with a very deep sounding whistle. A little bit of reverb on there, really nice. You also get the option to turn on and off the lights, which also activates the marker lights up here, and the headlight. Now next you have some Towercom features, like radio chatter, and if you get it right, it will say ready for departure. You get that sound to happen on command. And right there, guys, is your Firebox Glow. It also glows down to the track. Here's also the directional lighting. As you guys can see, it's kind of hard to see as well, but these marker lights are lit. There they are right there. It's just kind of dim. Alright guys, let's run beautiful 1465. I got a bunch of B&O cars picked out for her. that's going to conclude this review of my newly acquired number 1465 from the B&O Railroad and E6 Atlantic. That makes no sense at all, but it's here. We have it in studio. It is a beautiful runner, beautiful TMCC locomotive, full scale. It's awesome. I love it. And it also has some history to it, being part of that Lindbergh series from Lionel to commemorate that 1927 flight and train competition. It's really cool. I love the historical aspect of the hobby, as well as collecting cool and unusual looking locomotives. But this thing is just a classic. And as you guys saw, I did run it with some heavyweights at the end, some PRR heavyweights to commemorate that run. It ran her kind of fast too. So it's just a lot of fun doing this review for you guys. But anyways, if any of you guys are new to the channel, always consider subscribing. Giving the video one of these really helps out. Love reading your guys' comments, and we now have the super thanks button. It's like a donation button. It's really cool as well. Until next time, everyone, as always, happy railroading. We'll see you next time.